Well, hi there. I'm out again with banding the purple martins, and I'm talking to the fellow that bands them, and he's told me quite an interesting story. At Johnson Mills, I watched the shorebirds, the plovers and the sandpipers, where they come there and eat for 3 weeks and then fly to South America non-stop, 72 hours. But this is a different story, isn't it?
Yeah, the purple martins feed on the wing. They don't require some sort of source like sandpipers. So they will hop, say, a couple of 100 kilometers to an area where there's ample insects. They'll feed there. They might stay there 2 or 3 days, building up their fat supply, and then they fly another 200 or 300 kilometers to another feeding site, and they feed their way along the way. So it's a little slower migration than it is for the pipers, but they go all the way to Brazil, and some of them have been recorded in Argentina. So this hopping seems to work for them.
That's remarkable.
It is.
Thanks very much for teaching me about this.
Not a problem.
Started by the credit valley.
Well, now, we'd been working on this project with the purple martins for some time now. Got some wonderful slow motion video here. Here I'm watching feeding, and I'm not sure what's going on. I was expecting to see the young birds coming to the doorway and being fed right at the entrance to the nest by the parents. Here both parents are coming in with food. They go in, turn around, come out again. It just doesn't seem right what's going on. I have no idea what's going on. At the end of the day, we found out what happened. It's so sad. What a tragedy. There's an invasive species of house sparrows that were introduced in New York in, 100 years ago or so. And these birds have taken over. What they'll do is fly in and starve out the young birds in there to take over the nest. It's just like, that's the way nature is. It can be very, very cruel. And I was planning to use this video as a segue into our trip and show how these birds, how they travel. They go 200 kilometers and stop and rest, and then they move on again, and they stop at friendly places for food and so on, and water. And I was going to compare that to our travels, all the people that have helped us out on the road over the years, over the last, well, more than 10 years, but 10 years in the van, all the times we've had to stop for repairs and everything. But I mean, I was not ready for this, to see most of the birds dead. Most of the young birds were killed, and it's just so sad. And it's sad that an invasive species like this comes in and just takes over for some reason. I don't know why they can't come in and just get along with the other birds, but there's always this competition, and it's very sad. There's not really an awful lot you can do, but to see these birds, it's just wonderful watching them fly, though I really enjoy the slow motion. And they weren't all killed, and there's a good possibility. My friend that looks after these birdhouses said, well, we're going to try it again next year. And I said, well, I know you're going to do that because you're a farmer, and that's what farmers do. What a steward of the land this fella is. He looks after the wildlife, he looks after his livestock, he looks after his farm and the fields, and it's just wonderful, the dedication that these people have to the land. And they take it very seriously, their role on the planet. We are still going to take a trip, but I don't exactly know where we're going to go, so I'm hoping you'll come on along and follow with us. And it's going to be interesting, I know that. We're going to do our best. I've done a lot of work on the van. I hope we're ready to go, but you just never know. Whatever you try to do, it's always the wrong thing. So I try to foresee what's going to go wrong, but I know that I'll deal with tomorrow's problems with the same tools that I look after today's problems with. I hope you can still enjoy watching these birds in slow motion. I certainly like to see that. knowing now, I didn't know at this point that the babies had mostly all died, but there's some did survive. And this was going to be a bumper crop this year. I was really looking forward to it, but we were sort of scuppered in a way. Now, you know that I'm going to go back. I'm going to continue on this project because without the people looking after these purple martins, they wouldn't exist at all. They need places to live. Their habitat's being reduced. And now this onslaught of an invasive species, which I knew nothing about. I didn't know anything about these birds until I got started in on this project. And it's amazing how quickly I fell in love with these birds. I was absolutely heartbroken when I saw what happened. So like I said, please follow along on our travels on Bella's Vistas. We're going to fly away, but we're going to be back. Fortunately, he was able to band a few more young birds, and we hope they're going to make it.